What's going on? It is Joey Real Talker Toronto alongside Brian Green Machine Ebner doing another gaming podcast.
It is E3 Sony edition.
Yeah, so apparently Sony's a thing still. I don't know. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Before we get started, Green Machine's gonna tell you guys what's going on with us. You know how we're doing, and what the podcast is up to.
Hey, we're doing pretty good. We are on the verge of an evolution, you could say, with Second City Sports Chat and Second City Gaming. We will be
like Squirtle, War Turtle type deal. I don't think we're at Blast.
No, not just yet. But we will be changing our name in the near future.
To be determined. Still, we're kind of
could be as soon as Saturday.
Oh,
we will see what happens.
I didn't even know that.
It's just churning in my brain. We will see what happens. But as of right now, you can still find us. It's youtube.com/Second City Sports Chat, facebook.com/Second City Sports Chat, and it is for the gaming Twitter account. It's at @second_gaming. And last night we busted out 2-parters of the Xbox E3 with a little bit of Nintendo sprinkled on top.
Yeah.
So here we are for Sony's E3, which started with an orchestra.
Yeah, so very interesting. I mean, I think that's how the Sony is.
Yeah.
Where they're like, hey, we're gonna go above and beyond.
They always do.
That's the company we are, which was pretty cool. I like that. It was a live event, so they had a live band. Oh, I don't know. Can you call it? I guess they're a band in a way. Yeah. So it was very cool the way they did it. I liked it because during the gameplay, it wasn't the actual game. It was the orchestra playing like the music, which I thought was actually really cool. They did a great job with it. So I'm going to go through the list of games we're going to be talking about here. So, if you guys are interested in it, obviously we're going to do it a little bit different, talk about at the beginning of what we're going to be doing.
Yep.
So we're going to be talking about God of War 4, The Last Guardian, Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit Become Human, Resident Evil 7, Battlefront X-Wing Virtual Reality, Batman Virtual Reality System. Boom.
Ooh.
It's $400. Spoiler alert. COD Infinite Warfare plus COD 4 Remastered.
A special character's coming back.
We'll have a discussion when we get to that one. Kind of excited. Crash Bandicoot's coming back.
It's back.
But we'll see what they're doing. I'm very timid on that.
I understand.
And then we'll round it up with Spider-Man, but we'll probably go in any order. So that's the thing. So we'll start with God of War 4.
God of War 4.
God of War 4. I got confused,
4.
man.
God of War 4.
What did you think about it?
It looked really cool. Walking with, I believe, is his son. Yes.
Yeah, it's his son.
Showing him how to hunt. That was really
big ass elk deer magical thingy.
Right. That was really cool. The boss fight that they had was awesome. Him using his powers with his, I don't want to. It's like an axe, really, right? Like a sword axe.
Yeah, it's like his magical axe.
It was really, really cool.
His frost axe. It looked like it takes place towards maybe like Mount Olympus.
Could be. His big ass grown man beard that he has.
He looks so much better with a beard,
doesn't he? Yeah, he looks really
badass.
cool. But that game looked really good. It's something that I'll probably be interested in, just because I like God of War and I've always thought the gameplay looked.
And you got a PS4.
Cool. Right, well, all these games pertain to me today.
I know. None of them were like, maybe. So with God of War, just in case you guys don't know, it is not like the other ones. It's not open. You're on a set path, which I can see where they're coming from, because you don't want to change it, but you kind of want to mix it. I don't know. I'm gonna go back and forth on this because I do like the open world aspect, well, quote unquote open world, to where it's like a puzzle. Like, how are they gonna do the puzzles? Because that's what God of War is for, is to figuring out, how do I do this? How do I get into this door? How do I beat this boss? And so it'd be kind of interesting to see how everything's gonna play out on, I guess, a linear pathway. So is it gonna be like options? Like if you go left through the forest, or right through the Rainbow Valley, some type of bullshit like that. So that'd be a little interesting to see how they're gonna play out with that. Yeah. And if they're gonna keep their fan base. I mean, I know their fan base is dedicated.
Yeah.
But will they lose a couple people from this?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's something that's big enough for them to really lose a good chunk of their fan base. Maybe there's a few people that are like, man, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore, and they won't play. But I think for the most part, they'll still be a strong fan base.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I like the God of War series.
Yeah, cool.
So that game is still to be determined of when the release date will be. So
Yep.
I'm sure we'll hopefully be doing more steady amount of these, and we'll
Sony's
keep everything
thing,
updated.
Sony's thing for this press conference was literally, besides a couple of games and a couple of virtual reality things, like sometime in 2017 could be determined for a lot of them. Like that's kind of what they did. Plus a lot of exclusives, like a lot of exclusives.
Yeah, for the
Besides COD.
Resident Evil. I
don't think that's either. But besides those, Spider-Man is just Sony.
Yeah, the
Crash
Batman,
is just Sony. Batman,
Battlefront.
Yeah.
So for the most part, that's two.
Yeah.
So the way they played the games, I know you were talking about this last night on the Xbox One. So the way, if you guys haven't seen it, or if you did, you know exactly what we're talking about. So you got your big screen of the actual gameplay, then you got 4 little boxes. You got one of the guy's face playing the game. Why the fuck do we need that? You got another camera right behind him looking at his controller and the screen he's playing on. Then you got another angle from the side looking at everything. And you got another one of like the guy doing the orchestra. Why? Why the fuck do we need to see that, Sony?
That was a bad one. That was a bad move on Sony's part. It was just very cluttered on the screen.
I was distracted. Half the time I wasn't even watching the gameplay because I'm like, what the fuck is happening on this side of the screen?
Right. I definitely like just the straight, just here's the game on the screen.
Because that's what you're there for. You're there for the game. You're not there for the guy who's playing the game. You're not there for that orchestra you probably never knew was going to be there. You're there for the game.
So, don't judge me. I love the orchestra.
I like what they did, but not how they presented. So, The Last Guardian. If you remember, that's the one with the big flying cat thingy.
Yeah.
And apparently, it's a huge series. People are stoked as shit.
I've
for
heard
this
a
game.
lot of PlayStation diehards, including our friend Curtis, very excited for this game. I, on the other hand, couldn't care less.
I probably could care less. I mean, I probably find a way to care less than what I do now, but I mean, it looks cool, kinda. I like the world. It looks like a cool world because you got these big animals, and it's like you're on like a tower or some crap. I don't know. I mean, it looks interesting. I'll never play it. Don't get me wrong, but so that's not one
that
for us.
That will not be on a review podcast.
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys are Guardian fans, by all means, 1025.
I'm all about Guardians of the Galaxy, though.
I mean, yeah,
it's
making
coming.
a new one.
It's coming.
Or Guardians from Destiny.
Yeah, well.
Fuck that game.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
You still play it.
I know. So 1025 to 16. Get ready.
Nick's birthday. Shout out to Nick.
You probably ain't gonna get it.
No.
But this is a cool one. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Game of the press conference for me on both sides. For E3 in general, that was my game of the conference. It looked so cool. Usually what gets me at these E3s are games that I don't know are coming. Like Halo Wars 2, I was really expecting it, and it was one of those that if they didn't show me it, I would have been really upset. Kind of like I was really expecting some more Kingdom Hearts 3 talk, and I didn't get that. And that hurt, and we'll get to that at another time about games that didn't make the cut. But Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm sitting there watching it. It pops up on my screen. I'm like, what is this? I see her running around with some sort of bow.
Well, they showed it last year's E3.
I don't remember it.
No. Okay.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, what is this? And I see the robots, and she like zaps the robot with her arrow and runs up and takes control of it. And I was just like, this game looks so cool. Like, it looked really awesome. I love games that are played that way. It reminds me of sort of like a way The Witcher 3 is played, and I think that's really awesome. I think they showed you the map at one point, and it's huge.
Yeah, it's a massive world.
Right. It looks really cool. I love the idea that like robots are the dominant. I don't want to say species, but I don't know what else.
They might be, because we only seen 2 humans and like 50 robots.
We've seen a lot of robots, and like the robots are like corrupting.
They're animal. Yeah, they're called corruption.
Yeah.
And it's like animals get corrupted into machines.
Yeah.
So, but that alone is like, oh, that's so cool. Like, what is the machine that's controlling everything?
It's a really cool concept. I love the fact that she uses bows. Like, that's one of my favorite things. Side note, but like when me and my buddy Dylan, we would talk about like if you had to create your own superhero, what would you be? And my person usually tends to use archery in some form. I just think that's really awesome.
You like the Green Arrow.
I do. Green Arrow's my favorite. Spoiler alert, he's the shit. But Horizon Zero Dawn looked awesome. That is a game I will buy. I will probably buy it day one, and I think I'll enjoy it. It looks really cool.
So that game is coming out 2/28 of 2017.
A week after Halo Wars 2.
Interesting to see how it's gonna play out because I believe, well, it's don't get me wrong, it's Halo just Xbox and PC.
Yes.
Okay.
And Horizon is just PlayStation, from what I'm hearing.
Right. I would love to have that game on PC I would actually love to play that on PC.
Yeah.
With how big the world is, I feel like, it'd be a beautiful PC game. Not saying PC Master Race, but PC Master Race. Excuse me. That game does look really cool. You like traps, and you got fire arrows, electric arrows. There's weaknesses.
When she's pulling the arrows down to hold the thing down.
Oh yeah, like what the hell do you call those?
I don't know. It's like a string thing, but yeah.
Yeah, the string. Yeah, like tying the guy down. Animal, whatever the hell you want to call it. I just like that. You're like looking and be like, oh, its weak point is right here. It's weak to fire. So you're like going to be aiming for that spot.
It's really cool.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how the final product's going to be on that game. Because there's, they always work on games still pretty much right before release. So it should be really cool. Another game that was kind of interesting was Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, really interesting. That was one of those, again, where... So the Sony's press conference, for almost the whole point for me, was just like, what is this? What's going on? But Detroit Becoming Human, really interesting concept that you're a Android detective, something like
you're
that.
You're like, what the hell do they call them? You're not a detective, you're are you a negotiator?
Yeah, like a negotiator. And he's talking to another android who's holding the girl on the roof, and you see he falls off the girl and the guy can't make it. That's one ending. There's multiple ways to go through this game. And from some of the reviews of people that played it at 3, they said it's one of those games where it's quick to beat, but there's a lot of ways to beat the game. Mm-hmm. But it looked interesting. It's a cool concept.
Yeah, I do like the idea of choices because I believe I was talking last night on like We Happy Few.
Yeah.
It looks like you had a lot of choices to do. I love games like that. So I feel like this would be a good game for me because I would be like, shit, do I want this outcome? Like, I'm going to be thinking about it. And I kind of like games like that where it's like, it kind of tugs on your moral strings of, do you want to save that person or do you want to save, the android that you are too? Or, it's just like conflicting. I like that where you like have an internal conflict with yourself. I really like the concept of if you do this, it changes this, which changes that, which also changes this. So it's like a huge string.
It's a big web.
Yeah, so even if you change one thing and you change the other thing, you're going to have 4 different outcomes already. Right. Just from picking 2 options. Yeah. So it looked pretty cool the way they do it. As far as like actual gameplay, is it just A, B, or A, or X, O, or whatever the hell Sony does?
Triangle, square.
Yeah, whatever the fuck you call those things. And
fuck you.
Sorry, man.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, is that all it is? Or is there actual, like, running around and, like, detective work? Or do you have to, like, shoot a gun? Or is it just straight up, yes, no, do this, do that?
Have you ever played any of the Telltale series games?
No.
Okay, so those games are kind of how I'm viewing this one, where it's a story. You have you'd like them a lot, actually, because you like that whole thinking thing. So the Batman Telltale series will be coming out, and that's one to be interesting in. But you have an option, and I feel like that's how the game's gonna play out. I don't think you're not gonna be like shooting anybody. You're not gonna be doing too much. I think it's gonna be like maybe you're walking around the crime scene and you're analyzing shit, putting it together, what you think it could be, and then it's a lot of negotiating with the shooter. I feel like that's what this game is. And I mean, they only showed you just a little bit, so I don't really understand what it is yet. But I mean, it looked cool. It looked like a cool concept.
Mm-hmm. So the release is 2017 sometime. Yeah, usually when they just say a year, it's usually at the end of the year.
Right.
And sometimes it's even the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some time on that one, and hopefully they'll show some good stuff on it. And speaking of very confusing, like you said with Sony's how they're doing it, like, what the hell am I watching? Resident Evil 7 did have no idea. I thought it was going to be like something out of maybe like Silent Hill or what the hell's Outlast? You know,
Yes, yeah,
some
that's
like I was like actually kind of scared.
Yeah.
I put my feet up off the ground. I'm like, what the fuck's gonna
Is that when
happen?
they're in the house?
Yeah, and he's just walking.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they show the mannequins. I hate mannequins.
Yes.
Hate.
I definitely
mannequins.
thought it was Outlast 2 because I know that was shown at E3 that the Outlast 2 game. So I was like, oh, maybe this is where they're showing it. Is at Sony's press conference. But no, it was Resident Evil 7.
They didn't show anything other than a creepy freaking house.
Yep.
Creepy mannequins and like weird people moving really quick. You can't see what they are, but they're moving. So I don't know. I like the way that they're going with it now because if you guys play Resident Evil, you should know Resident Evil's not scary anymore. Pretty much 4 was the last one where
I
you're
was
like,
say, the one when
holy
you're,
shit.
Is the one you're in Africa, is that 5?
Maybe.
When you have a team up, you're co-op.
Oh, is that with the girl?
Yeah, yeah.
You're 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I think it's 5.
Okay. That one's not very scary. It's cool, but not scary. I don't remember playing 6. I know the cover of 6. I know it looks like the blue.
Me and Daniel have been playing 6.
Is it cool?
It's alright. I mean, it's cool because it takes place in the city.
Yeah.
But as far as this one goes, it kind of looks terrifying.
It does.
Which I love because that's what Resident Evil is. You're about like these weird mutant alien zombie type deals. So hopefully they do really well with it. I would love to have a Resident Evil 4 remake, like legit, because that's probably the best Resident Evil. I'm sure everybody will agree with that. If you played it, you know it. So that one's 2017 again. We'll see by 2018. So these next couple ones, I'm going to kind of group these ones together because I know Ryan's going to be a huge fan of these. It's all the VR. So you got Battlefront X-Wing, Batman, and Spider-Man. I'm just going to group them all.
Spider-Man virtual
VR.
reality?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's what you put.
No.
Oh, it's not virtual reality.
No. But that's Final Fantasy's virtual reality. But I didn't write it in there because I didn't care.
Well, okay, Final Fantasy's in there.
But fun
Batman
fact about
and
Spider-Man is that they did say that the possibility of virtual reality is there for Spider-Man. Which,
That's right.
let me tell you how cool that would be. To be flying in the air as Spider-Man, I'd be terrified also because that's really... Again, I've never played virtual reality anything. So I've never had the Samsung thing on my face, which I still don't think is that cool. I've never seen any of that. So all this virtual reality stuff, it's $400, which you touched upon in the beginning of the podcast. For the system, or for the whole contraption.
I think it's just the headset.
Right, I think it just goes with your PS4. It will also supposedly work for the new PlayStation, which we did not get anything about. Probably because they heard about Project Scorpio and they're like, we're going to go back and we're going to change
we're going to make a new system again because they have to.
Right.
The Sony CEO came out and said, he's like, we were not expecting Scorpio and we have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, it's tough. But, so the Battlefront one, it is something that if I had Battlefront, which I do for the PlayStation, and if I end up getting virtual reality, I would totally play because I think it would be cool as shit to be on a X-Wing mission. Like if you're going for the Death Star, and you're virtual reality, like that's so awesome. Like stay on target, like it'd be so cool. But it's also a thing of, is it just one mission? Because if it's just one mission, how often am I really going to want to play as an X-Wing? Probably the first few times I'll think it's great. And after that, I'll probably get pretty old with it. I'm sure there's other people's opinion that think it'd be great to play that every single time. And maybe, to each his own. I don't know. But the Batman one is the one that really sold me because I was like, wow, I get to be Batman. And from what I've heard from people who played at the conference, the very beginning of the game, you have to suit up as Batman. You have to go to the wherever the suit is, and you have to physically put on the Batman suits. You put the cowl on as Batman, which you only do that in the very beginning of the game. So there are probably a lot of times I just restart the game because I really wanted to put on the suit. Again, neither of these gave us gameplay at all, and they are coming out in October. Holiday for the X-Wing, but Batman is October. It's supposed to be basically with the launch of the virtual reality system, which I don't know the name of it.
I have no idea.
It's not Oculus, is it?
No,
it's something different. But the Batman one looks really, really cool. It's a great concept. I'm interested to see how PlayStation does virtual reality because then when Xbox eventually here jumps into virtual reality, I want to see how they do it as well. So we'll see how they both handle it.
Well, the thing with virtual reality, I'm personally not a fan of it or excited for it in the least. But I know Sony is kind of open with who their partners are of virtual reality. I mean, I forget who they have, but I know Microsoft is like, we got 3 really big ones, but we ain't telling you who it is. I guarantee Oculus is one of them.
Yeah.
So that they're gonna have big name brand virtual reality on their hands, and that's gonna be awesome because their system is gonna be able to handle whatever they want.
Right.
So we got Battlefront X-Wing, Holiday 2016, Batman Virtual Reality 10/13/16, and the system itself will be coming out in October. I would imagine, like you said, Batman and the system will be coming out probably in a bundle or something, I would imagine. And then maybe Battlefront will come out, or maybe it'd be like more towards Christmas time or Black Friday. We'll see what they do with that. Now we'll talk about Spider-Man a little bit.
Yeah, so Spider-Man.
You're excited for
Oh
it.
my god! So as soon as the trailer started, I was like, "Oh my god, it's Spider-Man! Like this is so fucking cool." Sad that it was only on PlayStation because I think a lot of people, like Dan, whose favorite hero is Spider-Man, would really enjoy that game on the Xbox. But that's just how it works. Sony has the rights, and they can do with as they please. But the game looks great. The costume looks so slick, and I actually saw a picture of they took the costume right, and then the 3 different Spider-Mans we've had in the movies, and they actually, Insomnia's doing it, which is so cool that they're the ones handling this game. But what actually happened is they took a piece of each Spider-Man costume we've had in the movies. So the eyes are like Tom Holland's in Civil War. The actual Spider-Man on his chest is Tobey Maguire's, but the way the costume comes out, the colors and all that, that is Andrew Garfield's in the Amazing Spider-Man. So I thought that's really cool to incorporate all of them. It looks awesome. I've heard from people that is actual gameplay that is in the trailer. It is not just a trailer. That is gameplay on the PS4 that they are running it. That's how it looks. That's how it plays. I'm super interested to see what villains are in it. I'm also interested to see where Marvel video games go from here because I know there's a ton of talk that Marvel's going to keep pushing out video games again because you should. I mean, these Batman games and like if Rockstar or is it Rocksteady? Is that who does it?
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
Yeah.
If they want to keep pushing because I've heard they want to do a Superman one, which would be just so cool. Like it's just cool to fly. Any type of game where I can fly.
Yeah, but every Superman game has sucked so much ass.
Well, we'll see what happens though, because the Batman's ones are really good.
Well, Batman's an easier character to do.
Well, yeah, fighting.
Because he just punches people. Superman has to fly and shoot lasers and...
Well, yeah.
He's got too much shit going on.
But it'll be interesting to see what Marvel does from here, because I know there's talk that they are open to doing a Marvel vs. Capcom, a new one, which would be great. I know there's talk that Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming around the corner because Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 are being remastered for both new systems, Xbox One and PS4.
Which sucks because I just bought the... Oh, I didn't just buy. I bought it like over a year ago.
Yeah.
It's still $40 freaking dollars.
Yeah, now you're getting in 2 of them coming out.
I mean, I'm going to buy it.
I will too. It's going to be great. Those are great games. But the Spider-Man one looked awesome. Again, there's no release date yet. It's to be announced. But my guess is 2017 at some time. And I would probably buy that game because I love Spider-Man.
Hopefully with them combining all 3 Spider-Mans together, they'll make a decent Spider-Man. Because let's be honest, the first series of Spider-Man movies, second one, not, Then the third ones are like,
What do you mean, for movies?
Yeah, the combining all the movies.
Oh, well, the last one all we saw was Civil War. He was great.
I know that one was good, but the first one was...
So Maguire and Garfield were...
Yeah. I think they're just hoping for the
I
best.
thought you were talking about the first Spider-Man games. I'm like, don't you lie.
No, I'm
The
not
first
talking
ones on
about the games.
PlayStation were so cool.
No, because you said they were combining the movie.
Yes, they are. Well, for his costume.
Yeah.
Not the story. I don't know what they're doing with the story yet. But the costume, yes. I love that it's a little different, like with the white spider instead of the black, and it just looks different. It's cool.
Crash is back.
This was the moment. I couldn't give it my game of the conference because it wasn't really a game. I mean, it showed him in Skylander, and that's whatever. I don't play Skylander, but that they announced that Crash 1, Crash 2, and Crash Time Warped or something like that is going to be remastered for the PS4. Wow! Finally, we get Crash Bandicoot again. They would have said CTR Racing, and I would have cried. I would have cried of pure joy.
I mean, maybe it depends on how these go. Maybe they'll remaster.
Maybe.
CTR Racing.
Did we get a remastered Spyro?
I think we did. We got one already.
Did we? A remastered Spyro?
I don't know if it was maybe a new one.
We got maybe.
Did they remaster?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up later.
I know they redid them, and it just looked like shit. They did terrible with it. And so, with that being said, I am terrified of Crash Bandicoot. I am terrified.
You don't want them to ruin it.
Part of me is like, I want them to do it, but part of me is like, please don't touch it. Just don't touch it. So it's like, we're ending off with 2 remasters right now because we got, Call of Duty 4 and we got Crash Bandicoot. Which one could they fuck up more? I'm gonna say Call of Duty because that's the Call of Duty motto. We're gonna take something good and fuck it up.
I'm gonna say Crash because I've already heard that they didn't fuck up Call of Duty.
I mean,
I'm gonna say Crash.
Okay, you're gonna say Crash. I mean, I can see
that
because
you know what's coming.
You don't know. There's nothing on it.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they could do perfect with it.
They could do both.
They could fuck up.
Both could be just fine, and it won't matter at all.
That's the thing. I mean, you glass half full.
Right. We also could be glass half empty and say they're both gonna really suck.
Or we could just break the fucking glass and say, hey, look, it's not even a game anymore.
Right.
I am terrified of Crash Bandicoot being remastered because...
From the ground up, they said.
Yeah, because they're not going to make the original Crash Bandicoot. That's not going to happen. You're going to have a weird-looking Crash. You're gonna have
Are you going to say it looks like the Skylander Crash? Because the Skylander Crash looks really weird.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't want him to be like that. And his voice sounded terrible.
But what I'll say what the Skylander series is, from the little bit that I do know on it, so like that's a Spyro game and all of them, so... From what I know is that those characters look a little less cartoony than they do in their other games. So I think that's why Crash looks the way he looks, because I have a feeling that when we get to the Crash remasters, it will look close to what cartoony like Crash that we want. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not going to look like an actual... Yeah, what kind of animal is Crash Bandicoot?
He's a... he's not a Bandicoot. He's a... Yeah, Crash Bandicoot.
Whatever he is.
He's a... I don't know.
I don't know what he is.
Isn't he a Wolverine? Is he a Wolverine?
No.
What the fuck is Crash?
I don't know.
If you guys know, just let us know.
Tweet us at second.
Or yell at us because we don't know. Right. I mean...
Oh my god! Idiots while they're listening.
He's a fucking squirrel!
Oh my god. But I don't have an issue. I mean, I'm excited about Crash Bandicoot being back. Like, this was something that I wanted last year at E3 and the year before that, and we weren't getting anything, and I was like, maybe this just won't happen. And then we get here, and he walks out on the stage, and there's the Crash Bandicoot shadow behind him, and I was just like, oh my god.
Like a dream come true.
Really
maybe,
was.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
Or it could be a nightmare becoming reality.
To be announced when it comes out, though.
And then Call of Duty. We got Infinite Warfare, which, let's be honest, who the hell is going to play that? And Call of Duty 4 Remastered.
Here's the thing. Smart business by having it have to be together in the heroic or whatever pack that is for $80. Because, put it out this way. If you were to release those games separate, Infinite Warfare would not sell. Call of Duty 4 would sell a lot. That's the thing. It is a remaster. From what I've been hearing from people is that Call of Duty 4 Remastered will be simply... I guess the best way to compare it is the Halo Remastered, where they didn't...
Oh god, so it's going to suck ass.
No. Like, the servers aren't going to be bad. But the best way to do it is that, okay, we took the original game, but we made it look nicer. We prettied it up for the new system, right? I feel like that's all it is. That's what I've heard, that they did not touch the perks, they didn't touch the guns, they didn't do any of that. They just left it. This is the game. We made it pretty for you. Here you go. It's 10 maps, the original 10 maps, all the original guns, all that sort of stuff, and the campaign. Until Battlefield 1 got announced, I was very all on this. I was like, I will pay, I think it was like 60-something on Amazon for it, and I was like, I will do that because I want Call of Duty 4. But Battlefield 1 got announced, and they showed it, and I was like, never mind, this game's way better. I'll wait till Call of Duty 4 comes on its own.
So Infinity Ward's founder, Vince Zampella, personally called Activision and told them not to fuck up Call of Duty 4 Remastered.
That's a quote.
So if you guys want to look up the whole story, just... I mean, it's probably blown up on Twitter and shit. I mean, I don't know about blowing up, but you can find the article, and it's... I mean, it's interesting because it's like, it's not the original makers, so right then and there should tell you it's not going to be legit. It's going to be, hopefully they'll do it okay, but if you guys play Call of Duty, you know exactly what Call of Duty's going to do. They're going to Call of Duty the game.
I hope not.
That's why I'm not excited, I'm not hopeful, I just see this game that's going to be like, oh my god, Call of Duty 4, it's happening. And then you play it and it's like, this is complete ass. And now how you said it was great marketing, I say it's terrible marketing. For this reason. You gotta pay $80.
That part's true.
You gotta pay $80 for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty 4. No DLCs, no anything. That's just straight up, you get 2 games. Really, you're paying $80 for Call of Duty 4 remastered with nothing. That's the way you gotta look at it. Like, is that really worth your money? Because then when the DLC comes out, you're gonna be, by the time you get the full game release, you're gonna be already like $150 invested into this fucking game. Just so you can play Call of Duty 4.
And that's true.
How if it's worth it to you that you want to play Call of Duty that bad, by all means, go blow all your money. I don't give a fuck. It's not my money. But to me, it's stupid. Why would they fuck up the great bundle that they could do? Why even make Infinite Warfare if this is already on your mind? If they know Call of Duty 4 is going to blow the water out of any other Call of Duty that
I don't know why they wouldn't have just shown you, like, would have given you that game. Here, take this game, $40, season pass is $20 if we release DLC. Boom, take it. That's $60 for the whole thing.
Yeah, just save Infinite Warfare for next year.
Right.
With a couple years.
Right.
Perfect that game.
So can we talk about that trailer? Because we didn't know what it was.
What trailer?
The Infinite Warfare one, remember that?
I don't remember.
We were sitting there with Jesse and what game were we thinking it was? Some space something?
Yeah. And
you're like... And
we're talking about Infinite Warfare.
Right. And we're about, like 2 minutes into the trailer, maybe, a minute and a half, and you're like, this looks like Call of Duty. It's probably watch. This is going to be Call of Duty.
I'm like, if this is fucking Call of Duty, I'm going to be pissed as shit.
And then we're walking, and he whips out the gun, and it was just like, that was the moment. You're like, oh, man, this is Call of Duty. And they kept going through it, and you're like, oh, my God, this is really Call of Duty. And then right at the end, boom, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
I gotta say, at the beginning, I was actually like, "Oh, this looks cool," and then
as
it went on, I'm like,
it was Call of Duty.
It's just Call of Duty. That my expectations started going down like crazy.
Yeah, and
then he jumped out of the jet or whatever, and I'm just like, I'm not excited anymore.
No,
just like it all went downhill. Like this is the future.
I think the issue is that we've gotten a Call of Duty every year for the last
20,000 years.
When did 4 start? 2008, 9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, it's a high. We were in almost high school at this point, so 8. Yeah,
probably.
So, we're old. So at that point, since 2008, give or take, it's been every year. So there's
no break.
It's watered down. It's oversaturated the market of Call of Duty.
Because they're rushing these games.
Right.
Now.
Call of Duty 4 was great. Call of Duty World at War was really cool. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was pretty cool. Black Ops
was amazing because that broke everything.
Yes.
Then you got Modern Warfare 3, which went downhill a lot.
It wasn't very good.
Then Black Ops 2, which actually did really well. And then you got Ghost, which was the worst selling. Then you had was it Black
Advanced
Ops?
Warfare.
Advanced Warfare,
very
which
awful.
Did almost as bad as Ghost.
And Black Ops 3, not very good.
It did better than Okay, so Infinity Ward just sucks balls. But then Treyarch's like, hey, we know how to make a Call of Duty, and their games are doing amazing.
Who did Sledgehammer make? Which one?
Sledgehammer did Advanced.
That one's not very good.
Well, Sledgehammer also did Modern Warfare 3.
They're not very good.
Yeah.
But that's the part of the issue with Call of Duty is that it's oversaturated the market. Battlefield started to get that way, like real bad, because you had Battlefield 3, and then it felt like it was almost right around the corner. Wait, here's 4. But the reason it was so cool was because they showed you skyscrapers falling. And
when it was on new gen, it was the first new gen shooter.
Then they give you Hardline right away. And you're like, no. I don't want to play cops. I'm not paying $40 for cops and robbers. Like, no, I'll go to GTA.
Oh, speaking of that, if you guys go on to either EA Access or EA Origins, you get Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline for like $4 a piece.
That's nice. It's nice. But either way, you know what I'm saying, though? How they started rushing it too quick. And you're like, stop. Don't do this because you're going to become Call of Duty and we don't want this.
Well, the reason they did that is because they were making Battlefield 1, so they wanted to get their other games out of the way. Because they're like, fuck it, we're going to take a hit, but we're going to destroy and make bank on Battlefield 1.
And they are, because that game looks really great. We did not talk about that in either of the podcasts.
Yeah, because they have their own they're at their own press conference that we'll be going over.
But that game looks amazing. But the whole thing with Call of Duty is just that I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Yes, I mean... I don't know. I'm not hopeful for it. Like, part of me is like, that little inner child in me is like, maybe it'll be good, maybe. But then when you see the price tag, you're like, I
can't glitch the maps, then I don't want to play.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I already own Call of Duty 4. I already own all the DLC. I get dust off my 360. There's still a huge fan base playing that game. What's to stop me from doing that? Fuck, $80? Hell, you for real? I ain't gonna do that shit. So we'll leave the Sony talk there. I guess my question to you, Ryan, is how would you compare Sony and Microsoft's press conference? What would you give? What would you give the higher rating?
I personally enjoyed Xbox's a little more. It was close for me though. As someone that plays Sony games just about as much as I play Xbox games, it's really close because I mean, like I said, Horizon Zero Dawn was my game of the conference. That's going over all of them, whether it's EA's, Ubisoft's, Bethesda's, anybody's. Horizon took the award for me. The Batman virtual reality was really, really cool. Crash Bandicoot being announced is really great. Spider-Man, great. God of War 4, great. Yeah, so to me, it's very close. But I guess I'd give the edge to Xbox just because I felt like I enjoyed it a little bit more. But I was also pretty tired by the time I got to Sony's because it was late at night.
Yeah, I would give mine to Microsoft. Not being a Microsoft fanboy, but I mean slightly.
Yeah.
But the presentation was so much cleaner. Because like I would say, like you got all this different shit going on in Sony.
You also got 2 new systems.
Yeah, and the way that they're like, oh, here's one system. They're like, nah, fam, here's 2 systems.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you want them all to work together? No problem. Here's the game. Here's the developers coming out to talk about their games. Like, I love that when the developers come out like, here's what I made. Yeah. And this is what I want you guys to play. Sony's just like here.
Windows
there.
10 and Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, they just blew everything out of the water. For the people who said Sony was better, you go fuck yourself right now, because how was that better?
So a vast majority of the game community.
Vast majority of you guys. So, I mean, that's fine. I don't give a fuck about
They did. I was going to say, it was pretty funny. My brother Nick watched it live. I hadn't watched it yet. He comes downstairs, he goes, so Sony's was ass. So I go on Twitter, because I'm like, this is what I do, and I want to see people's opinions, obviously. So I go on there, and it's like, Sony killed, Microsoft sucks, Sony kill. And I was just like, man, like I gotta watch this. And I watched it and I was like, oh man, that is really cool. But I got 2 new systems on Xbox. I got a whole new change to Xbox Live with the whole arenas and groups and stuff. I got a whole new thing of PC with Xbox. The games themselves, I think, if we're going off of games, I think Sony was better. I think Sony showed better games than what Xbox did, in my opinion. But the whole conference-wise, just because of what Xbox is able to show you with their new systems and with their new changes to Xbox Live, that took it easily because it was just so much. Because Scorpio came out of nowhere.
Right, yeah, nobody seen it coming. Nope. I mean, I seen Slim coming, but I had no idea that, there was going to be this next... I knew there was going to... I've always said there's going to be one more gen of consoles and that's it. But now with Microsoft coming out saying, hey, here's this fucking animal fucking destroyer... I was like, actually, I think console gaming is actually just getting started.
Right.
We're seeing the beginning of console gaming. In all reality, because you figure 360 was good. I'm not going to go back to PlayStation 1 or 2 and
Xbox.
The original Xbox, because those were the forerunners, yeah. But, like, this is the start of something beautiful. Hopefully we'll get more cross-platforms.
Nintendo's still on the outside looking in.
Oh, Nintendo's about to destroy buttholes. Just you wait.
I don't know.
I have a feeling. I've been looking at stuff, hearing rumors through Reddits, and Nintendo's like, oh, you guys so funny. Boom, here's a fucking GameCube V2. Boom, here's everything fucking remastered.
So.
Destroyed.
Fun fact, yesterday was 20-year anniversary of Nintendo's 64.
Yep.
So.
Boom. And 64 remastered?
Oh.
All the games? Super Mario Sunshine, Paper Mario, boom,
Pokemon Stadium,
boom. Dude.
Yeah.
Just blow your load on me already. I'm ready. I am ready.
I'm ready, Nintendo.
I will say fuck it to everything else and dedicate my life to Nintendo. Good. I mean, I play my 3DS all the damn time, so I do love it. I still have my GameCube.
Yes.
Like I play that.
It's
I
good.
love baseball.
Slugfest. Oh, Mario Baseball.
All right, Mario Baseball.
Yes.
And Sunshine.
And soccer.
And Paper Mario.
Yeah. Everything.
And
everything.
Go-Go. And yeah, I mean, what's not to love? So we'll leave the Sony talk there. Thank you guys for listening. Green Machine is going to take us out with whatever the hell he wants to.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys check us out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Second City Sports Chat, facebook.com/Second City Sports Chat. For our Twitter account, it's @second_gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, since I am the quote master for the gaming podcast, I have one for you. Heroes never die. Mercy. You stay gaming, Chicago.